Alright, shalom, shalom. I just want to give all honors, praise, and glory to the Most High Yahweh in the name of His only and begotten Son, Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. In the name, in the spirit of the Ruach Hakodesh, uh, that would be the Holy Spirit. So I just want to do some studying right now. I want to give like a lesson right here. Try to edify the sheep. I'm not used to doing all this. Not used to doing any videos, but it's the Most High has been laying it on my spirit for a minute now, and I just can't keep holding it off. I got to do this thing. I gotta feed the sheep. Like Yahushua told his disciple. He said, "Do you love me? You got to feed the flock. If you love me, you got to feed my sheep. If you love me, you got to gather the stray." You know what I'm saying? And so I'm gonna do that today. I'm gonna try and do my best. Uh, so I want to start this off first, giving honors to the Most High Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Havakakudash. Uh, I want to I want to give a hearty salutations and shalom to my brothers and my sisters out there. You know, my brothers that's pushing out the work, is pushing the word. You know what I'm saying? Edifying the sheep day in, day out, in the heat, in the cold, when it's raining, when it's windy. I give honors to them brothers. I ask the Most High bless them double, triple, quadruple. They putting in the work. They putting in the work. I would be out there too. My brother was here with me. Um, you know, he moved a while back, and and all praises. He's getting married soon, but he's doing the work on his end. I got to do the work on my end. So I'm gonna try putting out this video right here, and this is gonna be on Thanksgiving, since today is one of Babylon's greatest holidays. It's so wicked. I can't even believe this. Like I can remember when I kept this custom throughout my whole life. Like I never even actually cared about where it came from or anything. I didn't care about the history of it. What I was taught was in school that um, that pilgrims came over here and they was taught to fish and whatnot, and that the Indians were nice to them, and so they came together and they had a feast. And when I came into this truth, that was when I actually started to see it, and I was like, whoa, that was a lie. Pocahontas was a lie. All of it was a lie. Pocahontas was stolen. She was kidnapped by this pedophile John Smith and done dirty. Like when I found out the truth about the so-called Native Americans, it's like, wait a minute, these jokers are actually us. They went through the same exact things that we went through. They had to deal with a lot of the pain and torture that we had to go through, and it happened a lot earlier than it happened to us, the so-called Negroes. It happened to the Hispanics and the so-called Natives before it happened to us. And I understand why. When I research, and you find out who the Christopher Columbus actually was, what he came here for. You know what I'm saying? What his actual purpose was. Then you find out why they came to this place first, and why they dealt the so-called Hispanics and Natives as harshly and as early as they did before they got to us. The reason why was because they already knew where we were. They already knew where the Southern Kingdom was, but they didn't know where the Northern Kingdom was. That's why they called it the Lost 10 Tribes. That's why they called it that. Because they was out on the prowl looking for them. It was never recorded where they went. And uh, and even those of the Southern Kingdom who knew, they never told them. You know, so that's why Christopher Columbus had to get his hands on our book, because he knew that that was the only place that it could have been recorded in. That's how we do things. That's how we always did things. We always put our stuff in our chronicles inside of our book, inside of our hidden records. You know, and that's why it became a part of our custom, a part of our history and our heritage. And we always kept it. We always kept the feast days logged. We always kept the the laws. All of them was logged in our manuscript. The chronicles of how our kings was living, all recorded right here. Let me get the script for you real quick. This is Deuteronomy. Let me see. Uh, Deuteronomy. In Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 26, says, "Take this book of the law and put it in the side of the ark of the covenant of Yahweh your power, that it may be there for a witness against thee." So that's why it was always on us. We always had the manuscript on us. We always had the holy books, the holy scrolls, because we always needed them near us for the fear that we would one day forget it, which is why how we are the way we are in there, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, Joker's walking around here. When my brother and I would go out and teach, we would talk to the people. We would read to the people, teach the people, speak to the people, preach to the people. The only thing we saw was dead men walking, because nobody has time to stop and talk to us and deal with these scriptures. Nobody's got the time. Nobody's got any I mean, they got all the time in the world for this, for that. You know what I'm saying? All we asking for is just 5 minutes of your time. Those that would actually stop by and talk and let us edify them, that 5 minutes turned into 30 minutes. That 30 minutes turns into 40 to 50 minutes. Before they knew it, they've been standing there talking to us and learning for like, an hour, 30 minutes. And that's through the spirit and the power of the Most High. And, all praises. I pray that the seeds that we sown was upon good ground. And oh man, and we came across some spirits, man. I mean, I give honors to to the to the Most High for strengthening these brothers out there, that be doing the work, because when you out there, you see spirits come out. You see spirits that come alive, like they just jump at you when you reading these scripts, and when like when you even if you're not even chastising, like even if you're not even rebuking what they doing, just reading the scriptures is drawing them out. You know what I'm saying? You can say one simple thing, and it'll just bam, like wow, right out of there. Saw this one family, and there seemed to be nothing wrong with this girl that was with them. She couldn't have been more than like 18, 17, 18, but she had a serious seductive spirit on her. But that didn't come out of her until my brother and I was actually speaking out of the Bible. That's when she came over. Like we was edifying her. I'm guessing was her boyfriend or her fiance or whatever, and her mother. Now, the boyfriend and the mother, they was good. They was talking to us. They was conversing with us and stuff like that, getting some edification. They came over to us. They saw us teaching, and they was like, "Oh, well, let's. I want to learn some things. I want to hear what you saying and all that." And we was edifying. And then she came And she came over and she was like, "What is this about? What is that about?" And blah blah blah. And as we was trying to tell her, she started touching herself. She started touching herself. She went to the car and she started stretching her legs and all that. I was like, and we was looking at each other. It was like, that's the demon. That's the demon. That's oppressing his family. And they and the boyfriend and the mother, they was like, we're gonna have to go. We're gonna, like sometimes she'll get like this, but that was what we saw. That's an oppressive spirit right there, and we saw like that must be Jezebel right there, dude. That must be Jezebel right there, and then you come across Edomites that try to go through the same language. You know what I'm saying? Same bullshit. John 3:16. All we gotta do is just ask you, what does John 3:14 say? Confound it. I don't even know why we talking this. You know what I'm saying? But that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. It was the funniest thing ever. Like with this one Edomite chick that came over to us, we was edifying this elder dude and this other brother. So my brother and I did a tag team. Bam. He went was edifying this brother. I went and I was edifying the elder. And the elder was getting it, getting it, getting. My brother was hitting the other dude. He was getting it too, but he had to leave. But the elder was staying. And I saw in the corner of my eye this Edomite woman that was just sitting there. And she was just sitting there on the floor. Like on the floor. We're on the concrete and there's like actual dirt and garbage on the floor and whatnot. She was sitting on the floor. And she don't look like no bum or nothing like that. She looks like someone who comes from, the good part of town. Like, what are you sitting on the floor for? And so she came over and she started talking about, oh, you guys are teaching it wrong, you guys are preaching it wrong, it's all about love and whatnot. What the brothers go through every time we go out and teach. And so, I used her as an example to edify the elder even further. And he was like, man, that is crazy. You know what I'm saying? That is crazy. Like, it just came out of nowhere. We weren't even talking to her, and I gave him the scripts, and it was just amazing. He walked away edified. I pray the spirit moves in that elder, but uh, but my goodness, man. So then came the Edomite woman again, and she was talking to us. She tried to combat us with her limited knowledge of the scriptures and whatnot, and we was like, okay, so since you want to bring John 3:16, let's talk about John 3:14. She didn't understand what that was. She blah blah blah. So I'm reading. My brother's edifying while I'm reading. I'm being a reader, and she comes up, tries to get close to me. That's one of the strangest things that they do, especially women. If they're not in, like, how should I say, if they're not in control of the dynamic or in control of the situation, specifically Edomite women, if they're not in control of the flow of the situation, they want to touch you or get close to you or something like that. I'm guessing this probably they feminine charm or whatever, through their deceptions. But this woman tried to do that to me. While I was reading, my brother, thank the Most High, he caught that. He was like, yo, step back, step back, step back. You know what I'm saying? Do you have a Bible of your own? She was like, yeah, I got a Bible of my own, and he said, well, go get your Bible. She was like, all right, I'll go and get my Bible. She went and got her Bible from her car, came back, and we was like, okay, now open it up to John 3:14. She would never do it. She wouldn't do it. And we're sitting there like, woman, why would you head to your car to grab the Bible? And while she was heading to her car, she was looking at us with this smirk face, like, who these niggas think they are? You know what I'm saying? But she came back with the Bible and never opened it. You won't open that thing because you know it's true. Because we don't speak what comes out of our own mouths. We don't speak that. We don't do none of that. We speak out of the volume of the book. This is Isaiah. You know, let me do this. Let me just do this. This is Isaiah. It's Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20. It says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. And that was the point. That was the point. She walked up there. She thought she was going to control the dynamic. She thought she was going to control the direction of the conversation, and she couldn't. So we confounded her, and she ran off. I'm talking about us, but I'm supposed to be talking about ThanksKilling, right? All right. Some brothers call it ThanksStealing, you know, and either one of those can work, but I think ThanksKilling works off. It rolls off the tongue even better. So I'm gonna call it that, ThanksKilling, because that's what they did. That's what they did. They killed millions. I mean millions. I think there's recorded like over 150 million natives. And we can't just stop there. We can't just stop there because it wasn't just the natives. They did this to the so-called Hispanics who will also be considered natives. You know what I'm saying? Before they were called Puerto Rican, they were called Taino and Hiawak. You know what I'm saying? Before they were Mexican, they were known as Aztecs and Mayans. They were the natives. You know? And it's just so much evidence to prove this point, to bring this point home, that these so-called these so-called Hispanics and Native Americans are Israelites. There's so much proof of that. Just going off the archaeology alone. You know what I'm saying? Off the artifacts that they digging up, that they finding all over the place, that were hidden. You know what I'm saying? It's all proven that they were of the Israelites, the very people that Columbus came to find. That nigga ain't come over here trying to find some damn land. He came over here looking for people, for a race of people. Because they couldn't find them. They were so well hidden, they couldn't find them. When we ran, as it was recorded in Babylon, from Babylon to Timbuktu, when we ran, I actually got this. I actually got the route that we took in the book Hebrewisms of West Africa. It shows a map. It shows a map of where we traveled, where the Southern Kingdom traveled from Jerusalem. You know what I'm saying? So while they knew where we were, they didn't know where the 10 tribes were, or where the Northern Kingdom was. And so, that's why some of this stuff took place. So I'm gonna get this. In Jeremiah chapter 50. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33 says, "Thus saith the Lord of hosts. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Zabaoth, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go." And still we here. And we still here. It is a shock to see how so many of our people, refuse to see the connection between Negroes and Hispanics and natives. It's a shame that it's so hard for us to see it. But it's so similar. You think of how these Hispanics treat their kids. You know what I'm saying? How these Hispanics raise their kids. it's it's extremely similar to the way we do. How everybody copies our culture. Look at how many of these jokers try and copy Hispanic culture. Or how many people love to claim, "Oh, I'm part native." Like there's this Edomite at my job. She makes me sick, and and she tries to claim that she's part Cherokee, and I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not. You know what I'm saying? And that's the funniest thing too. There was this one job. There's one dude at my last job that I worked at, and when I told him, like the funniest thing is you could be talking about anything, and then like out of the blue they just bring up race for some odd reason. But since he wanted to go there, I told him about the atrocities of our people, and that's when he wanted to try and claim, oh well, I'm actually a third native, a third percent of native or something. I'm like, man, this Joker, he has all the blueprints of Esau. He has the pale skin. He has the falling out hair because they don't they bald easily. Um, he loves to hunt. He loves to hunt. He points out the fact that he teaches his daughter how to hunt. Um, but the but when you tell him about this, then he'll go out. Then he'll go out on a limb. He'll say, "Oh well, my wife is my wife is Hispanic," and I'm sitting here like, may the Most High have mercy on his wife, but so be it if she caught up in that judgment, bro. Because we ain't supposed to be dealing with these heathens. So that's what they love to do when you actually press them on these certain issues. They always go down to that. They always go to, oh, my boyfriend or my girlfriend is black or Hispanic or what have you. You know what I'm saying? Anything to take the stigma off of them, or anything to take the shame out. You know what? Yeah, let's get that. Let's get that. Cause they got shame on them. They got shame on them. Every time you bring that up, and it never fails, ever. This is Obadiah chapter 1 verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Let me go to Habakkuk. We get the precept, Habakkuk chapter 2. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. You see, they're full of shame. But when you start to take that cover off, you see when the cover's on them, they got nothing but pride. They're proud about everything. But the moment you start to uncover, the moment you start to bring off the veil of what they actually did and shine light to this, that's when the shame starts showing, and they start deflecting. They start going backwards and doing all types of stuff, saying, "Well, my family didn't own slaves, or my parents didn't do all that, and this and that, blah blah blah." When they're living in the system that they benefit from, that did all this, and they don't say a damn thing about it. They don't say a damn thing about it. You know what I'm saying? From what they did to them Native Americans, and I have seen some studies, I have seen some history of what they've done. It is the exact same thing of what they was doing to us. The exact way. Shame shall cover them. Said, thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. All that pride and all that good stuff, it's a lot of shame equal to that pride, if not more. That's why they push out so much pride. That's why they push out so much of that. America's the greatest nation in the world. America's the greatest. America's this, America that. But then when you talk about the birth of America and how America became what it is, how Babylon became as great as she is, that's when, oh, well, I wasn't part of that. Well, who was? Oh, well, it was them. It was them. Well, then what are you saying America's great for? It's a shame. It's a shame. And I can't wait for this place to be destroyed, man. I can't wait for this place to be destroyed. It's going to be marvelous. It's going to be marvelous, baby. It's going to be great, baby. It's going to be great. I can't wait. Can't wait. That's why I'm keeping these laws. And I'm repenting of the things I've done in my life. I'm repenting. I fall short. Man. And I can't keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? None of us can keep doing that. We always have to constantly get up and keep fighting. 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 And keep. Because it don't stop, man. It don't stop until the kingdom shows up. Until the king shows up with his scepter and starts destroying cats. We can't stop. All these so-called Christians, they make me sick because they all keeping this damn heathen custom is making me sick. How many times have I been giving happy Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving? I can't even count how many times that happened yesterday. It's sickening. I can't even count how many times that happened yesterday. And you have to smile at them, knowing that this is a disgraceful custom that they keeping. This disgusting holiday is terrible. It's terrible. When they killed millions, like I was in the market the day before, Tuesday. I was in the market, and it was just flooded with Negroes, flooded with these Israelites, man. And they was all shopping to get stuff ready for ThanksKilling, all of it. And I said, look at all these dead men walking. I felt like Nehemiah. I just wanted to go and grab him by the hair, just pull the hair out and start laying hands on jokers, knocking them upside their head and all types of stuff. I mean, it was about to be war in that daggone marketplace. But I gotta hold my peace. Because it's a shame. It hurts to see how low our people have fallen. Now, if you was to flip this, because they don't see these Native Americans as themselves. They don't see these so-called natives as themselves. You know what I'm saying? They don't see that. But if I was to flip this and say, what if these crackers, what if these so-called Caucasians, these heathens, what if they destroyed, because you know it's true, what if they destroyed over 100 to 200 million of your people and then made a holiday about it? And then made a feast about it? How would y'all feel about that? Every single one of them would be up in arms about it. Every single one of them would be up in arms. Saying, no, you can't do this. You can't do that. Y'all some hypocrites, man. Y'all some hypocrites. These Negroes, these Hispanics, they some hypocrites, bro. Because they still stuck in this matrix. But you look around, this thing's about to crumble. This thing is crumbling right now, but before their very eyes, it's crumbling. I mean, you've got hundreds hundreds of real of you got hundreds of retail centers, businesses. I mean, we talking powerhouse businesses that went out, and they're no more, and they're no more. Payless, Kmart, Cowdoors. You see what I'm saying? Bosco's is starting to fall. Whoever thought that Toys R Us would be gone? Whoever thought in their wildest dreams that Toys R Us would be gone? But these things are happening, and nobody's thinking about it. Nobody's realizing what's going on. Nobody's seeing the destruction of this place that's taking place right before their very eyes. The elites know it. The elites know it. That's why they had to hustle this space crew up together. Let's get a space army. For what? To fight ISIS up in space? Bro, y'all niggas is dude, man. Y'all niggas is dumb as hell, man. Dumb as hell. Oh, father. These jokers is dumb, man. And I'm just looking around, and everybody's just walking like it's fine, like it's cool, like nothing gonna change. Everything gonna stay the same. You know what I'm saying? We getting ready for ThanksKilling. We getting ready for Saturnalia, which they call Christmas. You know what I'm saying? It's all retarded, all of it. And I can't wait for the Most High to destroy this place and take us back home where we belong. Because this place it's got to be a reset button. There's no other way. There's no other way. There's no other way. You can't make something great. You can't make something righteous out of this place no more. I mean, these homosexuals, these faggots is everywhere, everywhere. It's a shame. Like I went to Universal Soul Circus the other night, and hang on a sec. So where was I? Um, so yeah, I went to Universal Soul Circus, and I hadn't been there since I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? And and when I was a kid, it was it was full of nothing but Negroes, full of nothing but blacks and stuff like that, and it was grand. It was great. You felt the sense of connection, something that you can relate to, and this time around it's essentially the same. Essentially the same. I was glad that they added in all these Hispanic countries like Cuba, Colombia. You know what I'm saying? Ecuador. All these different performers from all these places, and it was marvelous. But then on top of that, you had some that were that was straight up facts. Like it was only one that I saw. It was only one that I saw that was like that was that was going with the female squad dance performers and whatnot, and like he's just switching his hips like a female and what. It's just terrible, but even some of the ring masters and everything, like they gotta swing their hips like a girl and poke their butt out, and it's just a mess. Um, it was just a mess, like behaving that way so you can put on a show. It was nasty. You know what I'm saying? But that's where we are now. That's where we are. And before they didn't have this message of including everyone. They didn't have this message of all inclusiveness. But at the end of the show, they had a whole segment talking about. I think they had like what was his name? I think it was Kurt Franklin or somebody, um, who was uh, uh, who had that song with um, what was it? we're all a part of God's body, and they basically use that to push like everything LGBT, to push black, white, into interracial, and it was just like, okay, you know, because that's where we are now. Like nothing is actually sacred or separation or separated. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody talks as if separation or segregation was such a terrible thing. No, nigga, no. Segregation was the best thing that happened to us because we didn't have their influence. You know what I'm saying? When we were segregated from them, we did our own thing. We had our own stuff. We had our own businesses. We had our own enterprise. We had our own structures where where we can teach our own children. We can establish our own morals. You know what I'm saying? All this LGBTQP whatever, that came by them. That's the result of integration. So there's no righteousness that can come from this place at all. There's no righteousness, and you can't keep it. You can't keep this system in place anymore and talk about we're gonna be in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, nah, nah. You can't have that. Nah, that can't happen. That can't happen. That can't happen. Ain't no faggots going up in the kingdom. Joel Oyster Joel Oyster can say that these faggots is gonna make it into the kingdom of heaven all he wants to, but his crack ass gonna be destroyed along with him. TD Snakes, who wants to talk about my position on gays are evolving. Fuck out of there, fuck out of here with that. Get out of here with that. It was a false prophet from the beginning. I don't want to hear none of that garbage. None of that. You are another part of the problem. Let's talk about cash flow dollars. Pastor Cash Flow Dollars. Yeah, it's clear that he would kill a man over his tithes. It's clear over that one. It's clear. But these jokers don't even know what he truly understands. Is that Christ was never white. And that video came out. That video came out where he knows that y'all niggas will never bow before a black man. Y'all niggas y'all would rather bow before your oppressor. You would rather do that. He knew that from jump. How long do you think that he knew? How long do you think he knew who we were? How long do you think so? All of them. Until the Hebrew Israelites came out there, until the brothers started going out there teaching, until we started teaching this thing, you didn't hear none of that. You didn't hear none of that from TD Jakes, from Creflo Dollar. You didn't hear none of that. But then all of a sudden, oh well, let's talk about this, and yeah, let's put this here where they show black royalty. Yeah, I saw what TD Snakes did. I saw that. Now Cashflow Dollar needs to admit that that Christ is black, that the Israelites are black, but that these Negroes would rather worship a white man. Yeah, yeah, a lot of truth is coming out to the front. A lot of it. This is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. But that's all we seem to want to do. That's all we want to do. We want to keep following what they doing. You see, we can't forgive our own brothers for nothing. I mean, for shit. We can't forgive each other for nothing. But when it comes to these crackers, oh, we got all the love, all the forgiveness in the world for them because we think that the angels are white. We think that the prophets were white. We think that Christ was white. We think that the Most High Yahweh was white. And they all gonna get destroyed. They all gonna get destroyed. I mean, and they're gonna be them 2/3 is gonna be a part of all these heathens, and they're gonna taste of that destruction, baby. I mean, taste this. Y'all ain't sipping on no good nectar. Y'all gonna be taking this dread coming right out the cup of wrath. Because the manuscript says, let me get that right here. This is actually my favorite verse out of the whole Bible. Out of the whole Bible, this is one of my favorite verses. I think this is the favorite verse of mine. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, verse 1. And I'm going to read on down. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. I can't wait for that. I can't wait, because everybody's going to see them chariots show up. Everybody's going to see them so-called UFOs come right out of the sky. They ain't going to be on no stealthy recon missions no more. Nah, they're going to be right up in your face, and you're going to see them. Every single one of these 2/3 and all these heathens from every nation are going to see. And they're going to see who they beaming up. They're going to see everyone that they beaming up. These so-called Negroes, these so-called Hispanics, these so-called natives. They're going to see it all. And they're going to be like, how? How? How are these niggas the chosen? Because it's going to be broadcast everywhere. It's going to be fully announced. When that Trump blows, these are my people. And they are going to be shocked. And when they see all those angels showing up with all that black skin up on them, big old wings, they're going to be like, who the hell? Because it's so far beyond all you look for. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm supposed to be talking about Thanksgiving, man, but just spirits just take me all over the place because I can't stand these jokers, yo. I can't stand these, bro. These crackers. You know what I'm saying? And these 2/3 niggas that make me sick. Cause why would you indulge in something like this? Why? Why would you indulge in it? Oh well, it's for the children. Oh, the children. We gotta do it for the children. Oh, it's harmless. It's just family getting together. Well, then why don't you hold something like that on a different day? Why's it gotta be this? If it's about the family, then set it apart. Set it apart for something else. Set it apart for something different. We in the feast of Hanukkah. We are in the feast of Hanukkah. You sitting here talking about ThanksKilling? Why don't you keep that feast day? Why don't you make some nice old turkey? None of that abominable food. None of that ham. None of that. Yeah, I said that. None of that. Y'all niggas is stupid. God, y'all niggas is stupid. Yo. It's like let's keep Christmas. Why? Why? Well, it's for the kids. They need toys. They need stuff that they don't care about. They care about it at this moment. 3-4 weeks from now, they won't give that toy a second thought. I should know because I was a kid. Although some of my stuff I did keep inside a treasure chest and whatnot. Unfortunately, it's gone, but you know. Uh, but yeah, I did keep all that stuff when I was a kid. But some of that stuff, you never cared too much for it. How much do you pay for a Hess truck? How much you pay for a Hess truck? That child is going to play with that Hess truck for about a month, maybe. He'll play with his action figures longer than that. Now you sitting here uh, 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 wasting your paycheck over nothing. You want to talk about gifts for a kid? Why don't you wait till Purim? We got a whole feast day called Purim where we give gifts. Why don't you wait until that day? That's a high holy day. Doesn't have to be no holiday. And I'm gonna get on that once Christmas come around. I'm gonna get on that too. Cause this is stupid. And y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready for nothing. Y'all ain't ready for nothing. Y'all sitting there. This dumb nigga at my job keep talking to me about the game. I don't care about the game. I don't care. You don't know this player. You don't know that player. I don't have time to know any of these players that you're talking about. I'm deep in this word, man. I'm looking in these scripts. I ain't got time to play with this. The first day I met that joker, he talking about I read my Bible every day. I go to church and what? You an usher at your church? I sit down at lunchtime and I give you milk and you don't even know what that is. You don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm not even giving you meat. I'm giving you milk. You don't read your word. You don't read nothing. You don't read nothing. You have it read to you. It's stupid. It's retarded. And I don't have time to play with these niggas. I don't have time to play with none of y'all. With none of y'all. Y'all retarded as hell. I'm looking forward to the kingdom. I'm looking forward to my prestige. I'm looking forward to my glory. My glory. My birthright. I'm tired of being at the bottom. I'm tired of this. My body hurts. Working 12 hours a day for 5 days straight. I'm tired of that. I don't want to be here no more. I don't want to be in this stupid system no more. Where I'm living just to work. I'm done with that. I'm done with this matrix, man. I'm done with it. I pray that I'm one of the elect. I pray I'm one of the elect. I may not even be one of the 144,000, but I pray I am one of the 1/3 elect. Because either I get my superpowers where I can shoot a Kamehameha to your face or not. I'm going to get me some power to tear your heathen ass up to pieces. One way or another, I'm getting up out of this bitch. And I'm heading home. I'm heading home, man. I don't want to be here. Done with all that. I'm done with getting sick. I'm tired of getting sick, getting cough, getting flu. I'm done with it. I'm done with psoriasis. Having dead, flaky skin on your body all the time. And you're ashamed to take your to show any of that skin because it looks dead. This is affliction, as it is written. Ain't got no more time for that. You telling me that you would rather live in this? You are crazy. You are crazy. You are crazy. Brothers all around in this truth. Brothers all around the world in this truth. We got struggles that we dealing with, but we fight. We keep fighting because we know that there's a greater purpose. We know that there's a greater place coming, man. don't give a damn about. I'm getting money. I'm getting money. What do you need money for? What you care about that for is gonna be done. It's gonna be done in just I give it maybe 4 months. I give it maybe 4 months. Deutsche Bank is in deep shit right now. I give it maybe 4 to 5 months. I don't care. I don't care about this paperback. Don't mean nothing. Hasn't meant nothing since the 70s. If there ain't no gold involved. Look around you, man. Esau got y'all by the balls. And when they bring this chip into play, y'all gonna fold, man. Y'all are gonna fold. I mean, fold easier than aluminum. Aluminum foil. Y'all gonna fold easier than that. Because you have no foundation. Man, this thing went on a long time. I don't even know how long I'm supposed to be talking. I think there's like restrictions or whatever, but I'm not even going to drag it out too much longer. But you know what I'm saying? This Thanksgiving, this Thanksgiving's Day, man. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And that custom is going to be completely demolished when the kingdom is established. I want to say shalom to you brothers and y'all sisters out there. I want to say shalom to the children. You know, peace and blessings to my people. You know what I'm saying? Like even those that are beyond stiff necked right now, I still pray that the Most High show mercy on our people. I still pray that the Most High blesses them so that they can come into the knowledge of the truth and make a choice at that point. Because whatever you choose to do after that is up to you. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can do. That's all I can do. As the most as Yahweh Shai said, I pray for them. I pray not for the world. And that's what I'm doing. I pray for them. I pray for my people. I pray not for the world. I don't give a damn about everybody else. I pray about my people. I care about my people. I pray for them. Because they are precious. I see that now. Ever since I've been in this truth for like going on 6 years. I pray for them, bro. I don't pray for everybody else. Because nobody else prays for me and mine. Nobody else does. Nobody. Not none of them. None of them. I mean, when it went down in Haiti, when it went down in Bahamas, when it went down, you ain't hear no prayers for none of them. But you hear pray for Paris. You hear pray for California. You hear pray for this and that. All these white places. You don't hear nothing about what goes on with where the Israelites live. You know what I'm saying? No prayers for Puerto Rico. Pray for Puerto Rico. Nah, they don't say that. And so I don't pray for them. Shalom to y'all. All praises to the Most High. Bahashem Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Bahashem Ruach HaKodesh. Shalom.